Hello. Ẹ̀yin tèmi ṣé wà o. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching me. Yeah. So Oluwakemi, get it right. Get it right. Because you must get it right. Yes, you have to. And you need to. So please invite somebody, tell somebody to tell somebody to tell another somebody. Yeah. Full version of finance as one of causes of misunderstanding in our marriage. Here is the full version. I'm just cutting it. I'm just cutting it so that it will not be too long and it will not be tiring. So that's why I'm just doing it like that. So now, here is the full version. Here is the full version. Please like, comment, share. It is very important to do that. So, shall we go? So let's invite somebody. Let's invite people. We are here to learn, and whatever learning we are, I'm also learning. Yes, because one must not stop learning. You have to keep learning. You have to keep learning on daily basis. So let's go. So invite somebody, so invite another person. So let's join up. Kindly invite people to join up. And as you do so, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord bless you as you do so. So let's dive in. We are talking about misunderstanding. Yes, we are talking about misunderstanding. And I want to talk deep on causes of misunderstanding and finance as number one causes of misunderstanding. Yeah, there are different types of causes of misunderstanding. As in misunderstanding in marriage is diverse. It's different from, it varies from home to home. So, but finance is one of the things that is common to every home, because ilé wo náà ti kí ń náwó, ilé wo náà ti kí ń ra oúnjẹ, ilé wo náà ti kí ń raṣọ, ilé wo náà ti kí ń. So finance as one of the major causes of misunderstanding is a very broad topic that needs to be handled with care. So now let's dive in. So finance, when we are talking about finance, I have talked about transparency between husband and wife. Transparency is very important. When I did TikTok live, some people were of the opinion that man can never be open 100% to wife. And thank God on that platform also, a man countered it that no, a man can actually be transparent and be open. A man can actually be open. Because people are of the opinion that once a man tells you all he has or all he's expecting, women have a way of planning on his behalf. But it's not always like that. When you tell your wife about your income, your profit, and you let her know, okay, this is what I'm expecting, how do we go about this thing? I used to say, if you don't understand, if you don't explain something to me, how do you expect me to understand when you don't explain? So it is very important to explain and to come at a conclusion together, as in to arrive at a particular conclusion together. That is very, very important. Now I want to cite some examples. So if husband has money, I'm talking about finance. If husband has money in the family and is kind enough láti fowó yẹn mọ obìnrin, there's always some to an extent there will be peace, there won't be any problem. Once it's the husband that has money and the wife knows about it, he's kind enough to share the wife from it, it's very okay. And we have another cases where the wife has more money than the husband. In this kind of situation where the woman has more money than the husband, some people you say that is when a woman needs to submit and stuff. Yeah, that word submit looks simple and looks very easy, but in practical it is not that easy for a woman when she has more than the husband to submit. I'm talking from experience, I'm telling you. See, forget theory, practically it's not that easy for a woman that has money to submit 100%. Let me give you an instance. I'm not talking about books, so I'm not reading books for you. I'm telling you practical thing, something that happened to me some years back after COVID. I'm a sit-home mom, but I used to work from home. Actually, I do all sorts of things from home. I'm getting my money from home at the comfort of my home. Very easy for me. So after COVID, when everything like changed, and I said, okay, let me look for a job. At least let me get something that will be bringing in money at the end of the month, so that we can also plan very well. So I decided to get a job, and thank God I was able to get one very quickly. So after the first month, second month, things were not going that smoothly. So I had to be the one like to drop money for some things at home. When I say drop money for some things, I'm not talking about school fees, I'm not talking about rent. I'm just talking about normal, maybe feeding, maybe you have to just get some meat or some, like just petty things. So I was the one in charge of that. Do you know, I could not do it for so long. I started feeling like, I can't be doing this. Like, you know, frustration started setting in. I was already feeling depressed. Okay, why am I now working when I cannot even boast of some money to myself? Do you know? I now put myself in some women's shoe. So after some, let me finish that story. So after some time, like 3 months into that giving and stuff, I noticed that there is changes in how we relate at home. You know, I was already feeling as if even if he wants to, I'll be like, Oga shift, I'm tired, like that. So one day I was at the office, I now think about my husband. I was like, wait, what is happening to me? I can't believe this is happening to me. You know, I now notice that gap, that space, that distance between us. So I was able to recollect that, okay, when did all these things start? So it was when I actually got this job. Okay, now I understand. So immediately I was able to retrace my step back. This is the person that has been working for how many years? How many years? So when that happened to me in a very short time, now imagine woman that has been carrying all this load for like 3, 4, 5 years. How will they now feel? So I now had to put myself in their shoes. That wow, people are actually going through. You know, when I realized it, I called my husband and said, and I've been behaving like this to you, and you did not even call my attention. He said, why would I call your attention? I know you will definitely get yourself back. I know it's not easy. He said, what is not easy? I've been spending your money all these years. So it was not easy. Now, if I was unable to correct myself at that time, what I'm talking about is not up to 1 year that I did. It's not even up to 6 months that I did all this. So now imagine people that have been doing it for years. So when you see distance, when you see space between husband and wife, look at their finance. Check their finances. Something is wrong somewhere. When a woman is like carrying almost 60 to 70% of things in the home, she's already feeling like the breadwinner of the house, and there's nothing you can say, my dear. There is nothing you can say. She will never submit. You just see her misbehaving. You just see her talking. Somebody that has not been talking to you anyhow, she just started talking to you anyhow. So that is it. So when I say finance is one of the major causes of misunderstanding, you will all agree with me. So kudos to all women that has been doing this and still submit. Hey, I throw away salute. It's not easy, I'm telling you. Do you know that for a woman to spend your husband money is so easy, and it's so sweet, so interesting. And thanks to all our daddy that has been doing their role, playing their role, doing their responsibility well at home. In fact, the Lord will richly bless you in Jesus' name. So I just use that one as an example. Just within 6 months, my home almost collapsed. So let's now imagine people that have been going through this for years. So when you see them misbehaving outside, you cannot really blame them. You cannot really blame them. It's not easy. So that is number one. So number two thing is transparency between couples is very, very important. I posted a story on my page. It's somebody's story, and I shared it on my page. The husband died, and the wife did not know that the husband has money in his bank account, a reasonable sum of money. So that is not one reason. But another reason why you should be transparent, you should own up, you should be open to your partner. The reasons are numerous, I'm telling you. In fact, I cannot begin to mention reasons to open up fún ìyàwó ẹ tàbí fún ọkọ ẹ. See, there are so many money in the bank. Ìmí ìtọkọ ò mọ̀, ìmí ìtìyàwó ò mọ̀. Then you just see some people wọ́n kàn náà wọ́n hire assassin lọ pa wọ́n or something. People used to do it. Tó bá ti mọ next of kin ẹ, tó ti mọ̀ pé kò kí ń ṣe ìyàwó ẹ àbí ọmọ ẹ, they can do anything. They will just claim the money. They will just claim the money. Apart from money aspect, so you need to be transparent. Let your wife know. Some women will just be doing understanding wife at home, not knowing that their man or their husband is actually capable of doing anything. See, once you are not transparent, it gives room for so many atrocities. Take it or leave it. On both parts, when you are not transparent enough, when the husband is not transparent enough, the wife did not know how much he's collecting. Yeah, the man can do anything outside. We have cases where the man is collecting like 300,000 as salary, and he only declare maybe 100 or 150. The remaining part of the money he spend it alone. And the woman will still be managing. My husband, his salary is not much. Like that. Please. It's very, very important. You know, when there is no transparency, on the two sides, when there is no transparency, so many things happened. The issues of scamming somebody is because you are hiding things from either your wife or your husband. Once you are hiding something from your wife or your husband, there will always be, it's dangerous. It's just dangerous. I don't know how to put it. Okay, now you have money somewhere and your wife doesn't know about it, or you are doing a business deal with somebody and your wife doesn't know about it. What if something happened? What will she do? How will she trace you? How will she trace anything? It's very, very important. When you see people collecting money or what do pay, and sometimes they will not be able to even share it with their husband. Ẹtì rẹ̀ tí àwọn scammer gba owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tí ò lè délé sọ fọ́kọ ẹ̀. And that trauma actually killed her because she could not explain. The husband did not know she had that kind of money. And it happens to men too. So transparency is very, very, very important. Please, let's try and do this thing. It might be hard because some people, if you are not used to that kind of life, it might be hard for you. But I tell you, it's something you really need to do. It's something you really need to do. So that is about transparency. So I now want to talk about why some men refuse to be transparent. Yes, there are some have a genuine reason for not being transparent. I understand you. Even from men's angle, I understand reasons why some men don't disclose, reason why some men are not that transparent. I understand perfectly, and that is why I'm doing this. Number one reason why some men are not transparent and why some women are not transparent is because of lack of organization or mismanagement or misappropriation of fund. Is still under finance. Mismanagement and misappropriation is a very delicate thing in any marriage. Once you are mismanaging or you are misappropriating, it's very dangerous. You have to desist from it. See, let me give us a tips about mismanagement. Yeah, some people used to misunderstood the two words together. They are not equal, they are different. So mismanagement refers to the poor handling of financial resources. Poor handling of financial resources, which includes lack of budgeting, lack of investment, lack of savings, lack of financial responsibility. Whatever you are doing that is making you look irresponsible is mismanagement. You have 20,000 naira and you are thinking, should I buy foodstuff or should I go and drink? Come, how will drinking come into this conversation? Báwo ni drinking ṣe máa wọnú conversation táwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ ò dẹ̀ sí jẹun? So mishandling of finance is what is called mismanagement. When you mismanage scale priority dáadáa is mismanagement. Mọ nǹkan tó kàn lórí ẹ̀ is mismanagement. So we have to take it. Misappropriation is the unauthorized use of money for one purpose. Money meant for one purpose, you now use it for another thing. That is misappropriation. You misappropriate it. Nǹkan tó yẹ kó fowó yẹn ṣe kọ́ ló lọ fi ṣe. Now nobody is saying you spend it anyhow, but nǹkan tó yẹ kó fi ṣe, nǹkan tó kàn lọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ kọ́ ló fi ṣe. Let me cite an example. Now òun ronú àti kọ́lé, ó wá ralẹ̀. Kàkà tí owó téèyàn ó fi ralẹ̀ èèyàn ò ní fi mọtí. Owó ilé ò tó nǹkan kan, ó lọ fowó yẹn mọtí. Ṣé wọ́n pé o ò mọ nǹkan tó kàn? No matter how small, you are supposed to get something from that money. No money is too big and no money is too small to start anything. So misappropriation is another delicate issue. It's another delicate thing when you misappropriate. Another example of misappropriation is when you and your wife has agreed to do something, a particular thing. Let's say, okay, ẹ ti ní plan pé fẹ́ ra mọ́tò ńsìn. Ẹ ti wá ń dá owó yẹn pamọ́. Ìwọ wá ní wọ́n pè láti ilé kan kìnìkan without the consent of your wife. O dẹ̀ kọ́wọ́ bọ owó yẹn and you start spending without the consent of your wife, without her permission. Is wrong. That's misappropriation. Whatever you plan a particular money is meant for, you should learn how to use that money for that thing. It is very, very, very important. So that is misappropriation. and mismanagement. So kí ni effect mismanagement and misappropriation? It has effect. Ara effect ẹ̀ náà not being transparency. Tọkùnrin bá ti náwó obìnrin lẹ́ẹ̀kínní lẹ́ẹ̀kejì, obìnrin yẹn ò ní trust ẹ̀ mọ́. Òun náà pè ní breach of trust. Okay, àtijọ́ agree pa fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan lálákọ̀ọ́kọ́, ó dà mí. Àtijọ́ ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kejì. So ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta wọn pàlẹ́ẹ̀kínní pàlẹ́ẹ̀kejì tó jú ọ̀hún ò bá fọ́ ràdàràdà lọ́ máa ń wò. Kò ríran dáadáa, irú ojú bẹ́yẹn ríran dáadáa. So èmi náà once bitten twice shy. Once you have done it once and second time, I will not try it again. So òun ló máa ń fà tí àwọn èèyàn fi máa ń withdraw lórí pé transparency. So reasons tẹ́ fi gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀. Sorry, is the network. Yeah, thank you for the likes. Thank you for the likes. Please, as you are joining, please like and share. And I can as well see your comments. If there's any question you want to ask, I can see. So like, comment, and share. Thank you. So breach of trust. Once you mismanage, once you misappropriate, there will be breach of trust. There will not be trust in that. It creates suspicion and distrust. Yes, it creates suspicion and distrust. The other partner feel deceived when you mismanage, when you misappropriate. The other partner, either the wife or the husband, feel deceived, feel manipulated, feel betrayed. You know, like somebody that has trusted you with our money or with his money, and you did that to him or her. They feel distrust. They feel deceived. They feel you have manipulated them and collect money from them. So watch out. It is very, very bad habit. Another effect of mismanagement and misappropriation is unequal financial burden. I have talked about it in one of my short clips. If one partner is there's no other word for it than irresponsible, financially irresponsible. When one partner is financially irresponsible, the burden of or the load of the responsibility of that home lies on one party. So it now becomes a burden to that party. So unequal burden, unequal financial burden will now be on one party, which is not too good for an healthy marriage. It's not too good. So the other may have to carry the burden of bills, debts, and emergencies, which is not so good. Another effect of mismanagement and misappropriation is unmet financial goals. Unmet financial goals. Whatever goals you guys have or had in time past, you'll be unable to achieve those goals on time when there's mismanagement and misappropriation. Let's say you have planned to get a car, and that car will cost you like 6 million. Out of the 4 million you have already contributed, the wife has spent 500,000. Even if you remove 1 naira from 4 million, it's not 4 million again. That is just it. So that is the evil behind mismanagement and misappropriation. Okay, thank you. I can see you. Old time friends. Thank you for joining my live. Thank you very much. I can see Mrs. Abioye Fumilola. Thanks for watching. I love you. Onoko Francis, thanks for watching. Thank you. I love you guys. Please like, love, and share. Eshegon, thank you very much. So, unmet financial goals is another effect of mismanagement and misappropriation. When mismanagement and misappropriation happens, it causes a delay. It causes a delay. Like the example I just gave, when you have planned to buy a car, okay, now you have contributed 4 million out of 6 million you guys are looking for, and as you are contributing, somebody is still spending it. Something that is supposed to take you like 6 months to achieve will be taking you like a year or 2 years. So it's another bad effect of mismanagement and misappropriation. Then this leads to frequent arguments. There will be arguments between two of you. Of course, there will always be argument because of this. Because of this, you usually have an argument. So when financial issues arises due to mismanagement, arguments on spending habits will arise. And partner may start blaming each other for not achieving a particular goal, so which will lead to emotional distance. This will lead to emotional distance. Now, the last one, which is the father of them all, emotional and psychological impact of mismanagement and misappropriation. This one is very, is in fact, is the oga patapata of them all. Is the oga patapata of them all. So, mismanagement and misappropriation leads to financial insecurity caused by poor money handling. It causes financial insecurity. There is no amount of money you guys are collecting, you will not be okay. You just be living as if you are not collecting anything because you lack management. You are poor in managerial skills. So which one need to be very careful. Then which can also cause anxiety, depression and emotional instability. When there is mismanagement and misappropriation, it causes anxiety, it causes depression, it causes emotional imbalance. You know, you people, the one party will feel cheated. Sorry, I have a call. So this emotional pain is the most dangerous aspect of it, because when once there is emotional imbalance, there is nothing you can tell that kind of partner. There will not be trust. That love will start reducing. That companionship will no more be there, and it will open up for every other thing. To open every other thing. So emotional stress can spill into the areas of relationship, reducing intimacy and communication. You see, because everything is from the brain. When the brain is telling you something else, no matter what your partner is telling you. So it will definitely be entering, sorry, I'm back. To definitely be entering deaf air. So we need to be very careful. So in one of my TikTok live, somebody asked me that, what if both the husband and the wife don't know how to manage, or don't know how to plan, or don't know, they are not that good, they are not that prudent in keeping or saving money? How would they go about it? I want you guys to help me in the comment section. Suggest what kind of habits or what kind of thing should they do. I would like to hear from you guys. I would like to hear from, if a man and a woman are not too prudent, they don't know how to plan, they don't know how to save towards a project, or even when they are saving towards a particular project, two of them together they spend the money. So what advice are we going to give them? I have my own advice I gave to her, but I want to hear from you too. So while I'm talking about another thing, I will be reading. We'll come back to that question later. So please be typing the answer to this question. Thank you. So now I now have a suggested solution to this particular issue that we are highlighting. To this particular issue we are highlighting. Number one, open communication. Let there be an open communication. When you discover that either of the two parties is mismanaging or misappropriating, there should be an open communication, open conversation. Make the conversation open. Oya, bring it to the table. Oga, what happened? Why is it that we cannot keep money with you? Madam, what is it? Why is it that we cannot keep money with you? Why is it that you always spend our money? Make it open conversation. Then discuss the financial habits Those habits, okay, what are the habits? Some people are even addicted to betting. There's no amount of money you can keep in their hand, they will spend it. Some is drinking, some is humanizing. So all sorts of things can be the habit. So analyze the habit and discuss about it. Then let them pinpoint the expectation of the two parties. Okay, now I know this is your weakness, this is your weakness. Okay, now how do we achieve this? Agree on a particular thing. Marriage is not one person. Once it is one person, it cannot be called marriage. So it's agreement between the two of you that will make it work. you know. So the number two thing is regular review on income, expenses, and savings goal. You must regularly check, review your income, review your expenses. Okay, now our expenses for this month, how much do we spend? This will take a regular, as a noting, jotting down how much you have actually spent in a month, and you will know the months which you spend more. Then you now look at a way of reducing cost. That cost reduction is very, very important, especially in the country we find ourselves now. If we actually want to achieve anything, cut your cost at least to the barest minimum. Cost reduction, you have to cut cost. And review your income. Another thing is, if your income is not that big, and the accommodation you are staying is the one sucking out all the money, you have to look for a moderate accommodation. These are ways to cut costs. The house you're staying, the schools your children are going, the clothes you are buying at that time. Those are the areas. Then on the area of feeding, of course, I cannot say you should not eat, but you know how to do some things, do some research on some foods, so as to cut costs. Do you get? So, and review it on regular basis. You will know if you are making progress. You know why the review is very important? So as to know if you are making progress or you are still on the same spot. If you are making progress or you are still on the same spot. So that is for regular review. Another thing is joint budgeting. You have to do your budgeting together. You have to do your budgeting together. Whatever goal you want to achieve, make it open. Do it together. Create a shared budget that reflects both partners' needs and priorities. Yes, create a budget that reflects both partners' needs and priorities. You have to scale your preference, not for the man alone, but also for the woman and also for the children. So you must carry everyone along. So that's joint budgeting. Another reason is allocate fund for personal spending to avoid misuse of joint resources. Allocate fund that will include personal expenses, personal spending. Okay, now apart from we have gotten this, we have gotten this. Okay, you may want to buy a recharge card, you may want to take like that. So you must allocate fund for that also. Another thing is financial transparency. I've talked about financial transparency, which is very, very important. There is no reason you can give. Well, if you have a wife that mismanage, these are the steps to take in correcting them. After taking all these steps, don't forget, I said after taking all these steps, if it's not working, then you can start withdrawing some truth from my, but it's not always advisable. I tell you, it's not always advisable. The evil, the evil is more than the good side of it. Please, let's be careful. So the last but not the least is set boundaries and agreement. Set boundaries. Okay, this money, once we have spent it to this level, we are not touching it again. Set boundaries. Agree on spending limits for large portion. If you want, especially in this part of the country, if you actually want to achieve anything, you have to set boundaries, or else you just discover you're just spending, and nothing left at the end of the whole thing. So please, let's be guided. So to crown it all, mismanagement and misappropriation of funds are often silent killers in relationship. They are silent killers in relationship. They erode trust. They take away the trust you guys have for each other. They eliminate the smallest trust you guys have for each other, hinder communication, and create long-time emotional and financial damage. You can see the evil is more, way more than the good side of it. So please, let's be guided. Let's be guided. Some people, some women are of the opinion that I cannot go to the market and not have a gain. Nobody saying. If you guys are actually following this, of course you have your own personal money. If you are actually following this, there will be a money set aside for you to do your own personal thing. And fine, if you are working, you are not bringing, if you have your own work, that you have your own salary you are collecting at the end of the month. Of course, you cannot plan on everything. You cannot plan on everything. If your husband is bringing 60, you are bringing 40. It's not that you are bringing the whole 100. It's not possible. So, of course, you have your own. So, you don't wait until you are sent to the market to now be looking for bribe, or be for baranda. I don't know how to say it. So, please, and working together of you guys, we actually give you speed in whatever thing you are doing. Do you know, I know of women, even when they are doing projects, maybe house projects, they whatever thing they want to buy for the project, they still had money. It's as that bad. It's as that bad. You had money that is your husband that will pay. You still had your own money. Some people, even those people selling building materials, they know some women. How much should we, madam? How much should we help you to add? Why will you do that? Why? Some people, if you just mistakenly send them to market to buy foodstuffs, they shall make sure they buy either shoe or clothes. Why, sister? Why? See, that is why some people have lost their respect, they have lost their trust in their home. Men even trust their side chick than you, the wife. Is it not a shame if man trusts side chick than you, the wife? It's a slap on your face. So you have to retrace your step. Forget about what people are saying outside. That's where you get your own money. No.